Hello. Ford updates the 2021 Bronco fact page with a host of information. And this is from Auto Authority, Ford Authority, that is. Though 2021 Ford Bronco deliveries were recently pushed back until the summer of 2021, reservation holders are still hopefully only a few months away from receiving their shiny new SUVs. However, it's certainly worth paying attention to the 2021 Bronco fact page, which has changed multiple times over the last few months. Now, Ford has once again updated the very page with some new and interesting information for the Ford Bronco reservation holders. Now, as we know, it was pushed back until the summer of 2021 deliveries. And let's take a look at a little bit more deep into that. Now, Ford delays the 2021 Bronco deliveries until the summer. Order banks have been pushed back for months now. Ford has remained adamant about the 2021 Bronco deliveries and that it would begin in the spring of 2021. However, the automaker has now announced that it's going to be delaying the 2021 Bronco deliveries until the summer. Ford is blaming the delay on the COVID-19 challenges that some of the suppliers are facing, which has pushed the entire process back a few weeks. Now, aside from the 2021 Ford Bronco deliveries being delayed, order banks will now open in January rather than December 7th, which was when the dealer and customers were originally slated to begin converting the reservations to orders. Now, the order conversion window will now shift to mid-January through March, while initial 2021 model year dealer allocation forecasts will be provided in early January before the order banks open. Now, if all that isn't enough bad news, Ford also announced that the much anticipated Sasquatch package and the 7-speed manual transmission combination will now be available in the late 2022 model year as well as an option. Now, this was normally scheduled to feature an added after a large number of customers requested it. However, there are two pieces of good news that Ford also shared in an announcement. For starters, it said that the Bronco buyers and the options of the black interior, and the only choice for the model year was navy pure interior, which didn't go over well with a lot of reservation holders. Also, Ford is creating a customer appreciation program for the Bronco reservation holders, which will provide Ford Pass rewards points for use toward the purchase of a Bronco accessory. Now, more details on that going to be provided soon. And then, disappointing news, but there's also some positive news. As far as with the Ford Bronco and the deliveries are going to be, we're supposed to begin in the spring of 2021. The pushback and everything else. But we got to move on. Stay positive. Bronco deliveries going to start in the summer, and Ford is blaming the delay on COVID-19. And then they also, what it was really was the top, the suppliers. They wouldn't say the name of the supplier, but it was something about the tops of the Ford Bronco, the plastic, and them not having the right, materials for that, and therefore, the date was pushed back because they couldn't sell the people the cards without the tops, or the SUVs without the tops. It wouldn't really make sense. But Ford is keep moving ahead, and moving ahead we are. Now, we know that the Ford 2021 Bronco fact page has changed multiple times over the last few months. And what does that mean? At one point, the Bronco reservation holders couldn't change dealers until the time of order. Ford hasn't said how many reservations it received for the 2021 Bronco, but we know that it's a lot. So many, in fact, that the automakers had to push initial deliveries back to April to June. And it admitted that some may not happen until 2022. Another fluid situation relates to the Bronco reservation holders themselves. Multiple changes have occurred to Ford reservation fact page in recent days, and that impact reservation holders in one big way. Originally, the fact page noted that the customers can reach out to Ford customer support for assistance and should they need to change the dealers. Now, this was relieving for many who were unable to locate their preferred dealer at the time that they placed their reservation, as well as buyers concerned that some dealers might add markups to the cost of their Bronco when they ultimately converted their reservation into an order. And that's a scary dilemma. Now, the power of choice is an effective one to prevent this kind of thing from happening. But unfortunately, all this changed, and Ford updated this Bronco fact with this rather concerning statement. To change dealers after the reservation has already been made, customers will have to cancel their existing reservation and create another with the correct dealer. What a big change. Wow. Now, the problem is nobody wants to give up their place in line and risk pushing back their Bronco delivery all the way to 2022. So it would appear that Ford was forcing buyers to stick with the initial dealer choice, which makes the power from reservation holders, or takes the power from them, and place it clearly on the hands of the dealer. Oh boy. But even this statement was contradicted a bit, on the fact page. And this is something else, but I guess, they do hold the upper hand, Ford. And, boy, if they want to mark up the price, it's almost like you got no choice. What you going to do? Jump out and try to get it into another dealer that would not jump up the price? You're basically stuck. It's almost like some people met and decided to do it this way because they know to allow the dealer to do the markups and to force the customer to pay the markup. It's almost like, I don't know if you ever watched Jurassic Park and the dinosaurs or the Tyrannosaurus Rex move the prey in, and then there's like seven other Tyrannosaurus Rex waiting, and they're chasing after you to chase you into the the seven other Tyrannosaurus Rex waiting for you. So it's almost like the Ford is just herding us in to be annihilated by the dealers. And that's something to think about, really something to think about. But that's what happens, when something is in demand. It seems like something like that always happens, and the people hold the upper hand, and that's just the way it is. So now Ford has once again updated their fact page. Now, the first and perhaps the most notable change to the 2021 Bronco fact page is the fact that the order conversion process will now run from mid-January to March 19th, 2021. This isn't terribly surprising, since Ford already announced that the start of this process will be pushed back from December 7th to mid-January. But it's a rather long time frame nonetheless. Now, next, Ford now states that the configuration created in the Bronco build and price tool will not be sent to dealerships, but the automaker recommends printing them to share with dealers during the order conversion process. The dealership will be reaching out to reservation holders to set up their order consultation. And order consultation for your Bronco. Now, also interesting is the fact that the 2021 Bronco fact states that while the reservations will generally be filled in order they were received, now aside from the trim level configurations and parts availability, dealers' allocations will also be a factor. Ford didn't provide any further information on how allocations will play into the process, but that's expected soon. Now, you can expect that the dealer who sells the most cars and the most SUVs are going to be the one that get the most allocations, because the dealer that sells the most SUVs also has, they can manipulate the financing better to get those cars into the hands of the customers, to get the SUVs into the hands of the customers. And so basically, and if that dealer that's able to do that, has a markup, you're stuck. And in other words, money talks. and everything else, does nothing. Now, the Ford Bronco buyers will receive an estimated delivery window based on the final ordering and production of similarly configured Broncos in May. Ford anticipates that some customers will receive a 2022 model year Bronco instead of a 2021. Now, as deliveries will extend into the following year, if that happens, customers will get access to the product improvement for the new model year, according to Ford. And that's it's a positive thing in a way. Now, finally, reservation holders have until March the 19th to change their preferred dealer and are able to do this more than once if so desired. So good, Ford answered that question. So you can change it once you do your homework and decide to, if you know that dealer is customary to giving people markups in the past, they're going to do the same thing to you. And I guess the only way you can research that is to get on the net and just start researching it. But also, I think Bronco Nation has the name of dealers that will not do markup, that promise not to do markup. So make sure you find those dealers. And I actually did a video on that, so you can actually scroll through it and peruse through it and find it. And you can actually find the name of the dealer in the area. Make sure you use that dealer that does not do markups. And so you can have a really, really, really pleasant process when it comes to buying your 2021 Bronco. It's Bronco, baby, and Bronco is awesome. The SUV is off the chain. Just look at that baby. Just sitting in the mountains, sitting there just looking fabulous. And just awesome. Look at the accessories, the spotlight that you have, and everything on here. It's just nice, folks. You guys say automotive reviews. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. You guys have a fantastic day.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.